Match week 3 in MLS Next Pro touches down in the Lone Star State in Austin, Texas, and Palmer Field for this derby matchup between Austin FC 2 and North Texas. Welcome in. I'm Josh Toll. North Texas come to Palmer Field off a big win against Rapids 2's Edu Nice with a big game, a hat trick to help lead the club to a 3-1 victory over Colorado Rapids. Meanwhile, Austin FC, they had a 2-goal lead against Ventura, but gave up 2 late goals and fell in the PK shootout. They're looking to bounce back here at home against this North Texas side. Austin FC 2, Jason Shackley will have his club in a 4-3-3. 3 changes from the game against Ventura County. Aiden Hale gets his first start up top, as well as Micah Burton on the right side. Adrian Gonzalez back in with club after missing last game due to a red card that he suffered in the season opener. Charlie Farrer once again gets a start between the sticks. He does have a save on the season, has allowed 2 goals on the year. That back 4 remains the same here in these last 3 games. We'll see if they can find success here against a tough trio up front for North Texas. Meanwhile, John Gall will have his side in a 4-3-3. Just 2 changes for the visitors. Diego Garcia, who leads the team all-time in appearances, will get the start in midfield. Eric Demore back down with the second team. He'll make his second start of the season. He does have 4 saves on the year. He's allowed 2 goals on the season. In the midfield, Jaden Contreras and Timmy Ospina, they will be the cogs in the machine that will try to connect with that lethal trio. Edu Nice leading the league in goals with 4 on the season after the big hat trick that he had against Rapids 2 last week. It should be a fun one between these 2 teams. Austin FC, they've had success against North Texas. They have not lost in regulation to North Texas since September 22nd of 2024. Last season, 1 win and 2 draws against this North Texas side. North Texas, an opportunity to get their first win on the road for Austin FC. They're looking for their first home win of the season. First 3 games of the season for this home side have been right here at Palmer Field, and they want to end it on a win. 2 very different teams in how they play the ball. North Texas, they'll look to be aggressive. Meanwhile, Austin FC, they are very much that defensive approach, and they will try to slow things down from a hot trio up front for head coach John Gall of North Texas. North Texas tonight in the all-white kits, home side in the black and green. Our officials, referee Stefan Perry, first assistant Carson Thomas, second assistant Ryan Lindskog, and our 4th official tonight is Edgar Garcia. First of 3 meetings between these 2 sides in the derby. And we are underway from Austin at Palmer Field. Austin FC hosting North Texas. Thank you for joining us wherever you are for this one here in this Western Conference matchup. Both these 2 teams have championship pedigree. North Texas winning a couple years ago, and Austin FC just before that in 2023, as Austin FC will look to get off on the front first as this is played out, and we'll have our first corner of the game going to Austin FC. Set piece is such a key thing in the game of football. Austin FC will look to get that opening goal here. We'll see what they can do as they set up an inward swinging ball. Wind blowing tonight here in Austin as this ball is played short. Ball sent in and headed up. Good job there by Slade Starnes getting his head to that ball. Slade Starnes wearing the captain armband. Adrian Gonzalez wearing it for Austin. Second corner now for the home side coming. This ball looping in. Flick back. Let's see who's going to be last touch by them. I'm going to say last touch by North Texas. And now an opportunity on the near side. Austin in the game against Ventura County. They scored their first 2 goals. There's Ibrahim Asal in the 19th minute, Riley Thomas in the 43rd minute, but they allowed 2 late goals in the 73rd and 76th minute, ultimately falling in the PK shootout. John Gall speaking about these Texas derbies says they're never easy, as once again Austin FC plays it on the ground. This ball sent in but denied at the top of the area. This will be flicked out to Nice. Nice will give it back over to Diego Garcia. North Texas trying to push their way upwards. Michael Burton trying to win the ball back for the home side as North Texas will gain control, and Michael Burton wins the ball. Michael Burton, though, unable to squeeze by the defender. Good pace to start this game here as both sides are really going at it right now here in the opening 3 minutes. You can tell that this game is going to have a little bit more pace to it from the get-go. A lot of times you have that in these derby games. You get that emotion going early in the game. See which team settles in here first. Adrenaline going here on both sides as the ball's played back in. Garcia, hard challenge for the ball, and Thomas will keep it in play. And now backtracking will be North Texas. Good pressure here, and then forcing the turnover is Austin, but giving right back. And now both teams having issues settling into this game. Turnovers on each side to get the hard challenge, and we'll play on. Here's Nice. Nice with 4 goals on the season already, the 21-year-old from Belgium. He's been an absolute rock star here early in the season for North Texas, drafted 40th overall out of the University of Illinois, Chicago. Scored in the opening game against Real Monarchs and followed it up with a hat trick last week. Here's Josh Torquato making his 3rd start of the season. 2nd year with the club out of Kona, Hawaii originally. Last year, Torquato, 17 appearances. He did have a goal and 3 assists. Jonah Gibson getting his 3rd start of the season, the 17-year-old out of Arlington. Garcia nearly lost possession. And now North Texas will move forward. A little tug of the jersey, and that will be a whistle. This might just be a warning right here for Marcel Russell. So Russell with the warning. Russell in his 2nd season with the club as this is played down the wing. This ball sent to the near side. Torquato, little step over, holds his run up. This ball played in by Nice, looking to get on the return. Gives it outside. James. James, another one getting his 3rd start. That trio up front, all 3 have started all 3 games so far this year. Continuity on the field for North Texas once again. Sometimes you talk to coaches and they talk about that, the symmetry, the chemistry that these players have when they're able to play with one another week in and week out. A lot of times you see the changes with academy players coming up as well as first-team players coming down. Sometimes that can disrupt things. But no matter what, these players are professionals. They need to figure it out. And here it's easiest to do that early in the season. Talking with Jason Shackle, the head coach of Austin, about this North Texas side. Talked about how they're a good team full of dangerous players. They're very dangerous in transition, but he wants his club to be organized when attacking. Set plays will be a big part of the game, but be organized and aggressive. They really need to be able to disrupt their back line and create chances. Jason Shackle, former center back at Norwich City as well as Wolverhampton, over 500 appearances as a pro. He's been with the club since 2021, was the former U16 head coach before taking over as this ball is flicked up into the air and comes right to the feet of Torquato. Torquato will go backwards. Talking to head coach John Gall of North Texas about this game, talking about being a Texas derby. They're never easy regardless of positions in the standings. Talking about how you have to take the emotion out of the game and be able to play our football. Coming in this game, he really wants to keep the ball more. Talked about the threats that Austin has up front, but they need to be able to frustrate Austin FC throughout this game. So if they can frustrate them, they can probably open up the space and take advantage. Charlie Farr will send this away. Charlie Farr getting his 2nd start of the season. Last year he made 4 clean sheets, had 20 saves on the season. Victor Mora back down with North Texas. Last week it was Aiden Jordan getting the start. Scoop pass. Nearly taken away by Austin, and fight for the ball. We'll see who this foul is going to be called against. It looks like it's going to be called against Jacques Barrow. Jacques Barrow in his 2nd season with the club. A lot of high praise from Coach Shackley about Barrow. Talk about how he's a very talented player, intelligent, really rely on his game. He's good at reading the game and helping others around him. A player that leads by example, and what they love about him, he's one of the older players, so they expect a little bit more in terms of him on the field as well as off the field in his leadership role. Looks like we'll have a restart here. I've gone a little bit early. That ball might have actually been moving with the wind. Big win for North Texas, taking down Rapids 2. Rapids 2, of course, getting to the championship last year before falling to New York Red Bulls 2. This is played up in the air, and the wind really pushing that back in. But John Gall talking about that game against Rapids, talking about it was a great result against a very good team, a team that knows who they are and have a clear identity of what they want to do. But the big thing is they stuck to their game plan. They felt they should score more as this is played in, and an easy grab here. But he was really happy with the performance last week against Rapids 2, hoping to repeat that here on the road against Austin FC. Ospina. Gibson back to Ospina. This ball played to Garcia. He'll give it over to Ospina. Barrow. Barrow checking his shoulder, making sure there's no pressure, plays it out wide, but gives the ball over to North Texas. Austin FC, though, getting the ball right back. John Gall talking about the emotion of this game, and you can see that here still early in this game as both teams are still trying to settle in and get comfortable. This ball played forward, flicked back, but right into the path here of Austin FC, and Austin will let this roll out. Long throw in. And nothing happening here for Austin FC. Talking to Jason Shackley about that Ventura County game. Was happy with the performance. Thought it was a big step forward from game 1 to game 2. Did some things uncharacteristically that they've shown in the preseason. Created 5 or 6 chances, had goals on the table, and goals changed games. But really credit the team for hanging in there as they get another corner here. Set plays being key, he talked about. Here's another chance on the 3rd corner of the game. This ball sent into the 6-yard box, headed up. Barrow tracks it down. Barrow in the corner, plays it down the line, no one there for the home side. This ball will just go over the head of Riley Thomas. James trying to elude pressure, gives it over to Nice. Nice back to James, good give and go action. Matty James, who represents Trinidad and Tobago. This ball sent up into the sky. Matty James, 4th youngest player for Trinidad and Tobago to score a goal. Did it at 19 years, 2 months, and 22 days. He's in his 1st season with the club, coming over from Portland Hearts of Pine in USL 1. Now the goal of the year in League 1 play. 3 goals last year for Portland Hearts of Pine. He's going to be a big factor going forward in that left wing position. Elliott is sending it back in, right at midfield. This will come to Jules Berry. Barry, his second year with club, 14 starts last season. Has started every game so far. Burton on the return pass, unable to get to it. Nice trying to turn it. He's hitting the back of the head, and this will be a foul call against Barrow. And now a little pushing and shoving going on between Barrow and Timmy Ospina. Here's that poke, and it gets Nice there, and there you can see the hand up high by Barrow on the backside of Nice. Ospina coming right to his teammate's defense. This ball played out wide. North Texas will recycle and go backwards. North Texas has been able really to get on the other side of the field as of yet and make Austin FC play on their heels. Austin FC has been the more dangerous of the teams in terms of moving forward so far here in this first 14 minutes. They're pulled down from behind by Austin. We might get our first booking of the game. And there is the first yellow card handed out to Marcel Russell. So too much grabbing going on here from Austin FC. Had to push from behind by Nice. I think that was a warning earlier one more time. And a card, well, this is going to be a card no matter what. Trailing from behind, gets both hands around the body and commits the foul.
Number 16, Marcel Russell, in the 15th minute.
This ball flicked up, but given right back to Barrow. Now applying the pressure is Simmons. Second man over to help, unable to get there. How about this ball played out wide to Simmons from James. Simmons. Ospina. He'll go backwards and will play on. This will be an advantage for North Texas. Ospina will work his way inside. Gives the ball away. Here's Micah Burton, and he'll give it right back to North Texas. Torquato. Torquato fans oohing and eyeing. This portion of the match is brought to you by O'Reilly, official auto parts partner of Austin FC2. This pass intercepted by Austin FC. Once again, unable to do anything in possession. And now this is just going to be about which team on the attacking side can swing together some passes. First team that can really get three passes together, they might be able to push forward a little bit more. Quiet first half so far from Edu Nice, coming off that hat trick against Rapids 2. Man of Match Week 2 after the scoring the hat trick, has scored in back-to-back games. This North Texas side, they have yet to trail in a game this year. Do have the one draw as this is played up, but they led in that game before the game was tied up. Tied up against Real Monarchs, ultimately falling in the PK shootout. Going back back to that hat trick by Adonis. Just the second player in club history to have a hat trick, the other one being Sam Sarver, who did it twice last season. Sam Sarver now seeing time with the first team. This ball will find its way all the way back to Demora. Last year, this North Texas side finishing 6th in the Western Conference with 43 points, 11 wins, 11 losses, and 6 draws. Mentioned in 2024, they won the MLS Next Pro Championship as Barrow gives it back, but won back by North Texas. Meanwhile, this Austin FC side barely missing out on the playoffs. That coming down to decision day. They finished with 41 points. Last year, 10 wins, 10 losses, and 8 draws after 3 years being removed from winning the championship. Hoping to get back into the playoffs and make a run for the championship once again. Last year, it was a tight race in the playoffs. 3 points separate 5th from 9th in the standings. First 3 games at home to begin the year for Austin FC. They'll be on the road in Tacoma next week. Burton slots it through. Looked like that hit off the hand of the center back Slade Starnes. Slade Starnes also going through the backside there. Starnes going right through Dobrovic, and now Starnes with the yellow card. So he got the foot of Dobrovic, and then he also got the ball with his hand. Yellow card coming in the 19th minute, and now a free kick opportunity here for Austin FC. Kelly standing with his left foot on the ball as he backs up a little bit. A little discussion as who's going to take this. The service from Kelly. Back line, unable to get to it was Riley Thomas. Riley Thomas, a goal last week against Ventura County in the 43rd minute. Thomas, one of the players signed with the first team for Austin FC. This ball sent away by Kelly. Kelly in his first year with the club out of Penn University. And this will be ushered out. No, that's going to be kept in play. The chance here for Austin. Looping ball in. Gonzalez plays it in with the right foot. The shot blocked away. It looked like actually a square ball in the end. Austin wanted a handball, not going to get the call. Here's Thomas. Thomas turning 24 years old today. Happy birthday to Riley Thomas. 24 years old out of Atlanta, Georgia. Garcia. That pass stolen away by Burton. Good read, and then a collision. Garcia will come up with the ball for North Texas. Burton slow to get up. Here's Nicholas Simmons. Bigger now with it. Big body at 6'3", really has a good frame, a natural left footer. Here's a look back to what Austin thought was a handball. There you can see it come up off the foot and hit the hand. I believe our referee's saying that hand was in a natural position, though, at the side of his body. That is why it was not called. It wasn't intentional as they hit it off his foot and came up. Referee, I think, just doing a good job there, letting it play on. Austin FC, of course, will make the argument that maybe that hand was a little bit chicken winged out, so an argument on their side as well. Either way, not a big discussion from the coaching box about it. Barrow to Thomas. Thomas playing the ball into the channel. Here's Gonzalez. Up and over and out of play. This will be a goal kick here for North Texas. Good pressure there by Austin FC, but North Texas able to break the press. Talk about how Austin is built on defending. They're showing it here this evening, making it difficult for North Texas to move up the field, and then you have the poor pass attempt right there by Jonah Bigger. Texas going against a team that loves to defend. It's a defend mentality first for Austin FC. Talk about the importance of set piece play. We've seen a little bit of that. A team that's very adaptable here on the attack. This pass is pulled back and it's going to be smothered right on the end line. Good job right there by Demore getting on top of the ball. This portion of the match is brought to you by SHI, official partner of Austin FC2. Here, ball one back. Dubrovic takes deflection. Another corner coming here for Austin. Good job right there by Starnes going down to block the shot. Press playing a huge factor here for Austin FC's. Dubrovic gets a great look, but a better defensive play right there. Fifth corner of the first half for Austin FC. Once again, Austin FC goes short. This ball stabbed down, and it'll be a throw here now for Austin. The numbers that were forward are now pushing back for the home team, so a missed chance on that corner. See if they can get back with it here on the throw-in, though. Evan Watt now retreating all the way back to his center back position. Barrow. Here's Watt, back to Barrow. Barrow gets by one defender, inching forward. Good idea right there as he's trying to slip that ball to Aiden Hale, making his debut, the 17-year-old. How about that move by Kelly? Kelly now pushing up. Barrow. James to try to put pressure on him as Barrow turns away. Torquato. Torquato being pressured on the backside by Burton. This will be the last touch by Michael Burton. Burton making his second start of the season. Has been with the club since 2023. Last year he had 4 goals and 4 assists. One of the players on loan from the first team here with the second team. Riley Thomas, another one of those players, getting the start at right back. Texas trying to elude the pressure of Austin FC as this comes into the pathways. Barrow, and Barrow had a little bit more time, elects to play it out for a throw. Gonzalez, Burton, looking to give it to Thomas, does. Thomas on the edge of the area for Burton. Burton heads up, looking for someone to pass to in the 18-yard box. Race for the ball, North Texas able to get there first. Simmons pokes it out. Here's James. James, early ball in. This ball played up into the sky. Gibson, 17 years old, youngest player on the back line for this North Texas side. Gibson, just 17 years old, second year with the club, but very high ceiling. A player that they're very excited about moving forward. This ball will go out. And once again here, a chance for Austin FC in the attacking third. Russell, they'll go backwards. Here's Evan Watt. Good side-to-side movement here from Austin FC. There you can just see how strong that wind was. That ball was played towards the center of the field, but pushed out by the wind gust. How strong this ball or this wind is. It's not allowing North Texas to send those deep balls direct as the ball's just getting pushed back. Definitely right now helping Austin FC on the long balls when they choose to use them. Gonzalez. Watt will go all the way backwards to Farrer. Haven't said his name very much. This portion of the match is brought to you by Siete, official partner of Austin FC 2. A little pull down here by Burton, and Burton's going to get a card. So Russell and Burton with cards for Austin, and Starnes with the lone one for North Texas. No doubt about this from Michael Burton, going right on the backside and just pushing his man down. There's Timmy Ospina that got the worst of that. Ospina, 23 years old, out of Frisco, Texas. Came up in the FC Dallas Academy. Player that played a lot of his youth years with John Gall as well. Gall, one of his new assistant coaches, Matt Hedges, the former player for FC Dallas. Got a nice little video on him for you at halftime. See so many former professionals here in MLS make their way to Next Pro, whether it be as assistant coach or a head coach, as they hope to develop First, you have to look at Michael Bradley, what he did last year with New York Red Bulls 2, now the coach of the first team of Red Bulls 2. Win a championship, taking down Rapids 2. This ball once again well read by Kelly of Austin. Kelly going backwards, goes inside for Barrow. Gonzalez for Thomas. Thomas out wide for Burton. And we'll have a foul here called against North Texas. And another yellow card coming. This game is physical here in the opening 33 minutes of play. See there, clear foul against Torquato.
Has been presented to North Texas SC's number 24, Joshua Torquato.
So for Torquato, that card coming in the 33rd minute, just 2 minutes after the one that was handed out to Burton. And now a dangerous spot here, about 7 yards outside the 18-yard box for Austin FC. Kelly with the left. Adrian Gonzalez with the right foot. Gonzalez missed last week's game against Ventura County. Gonzalez swoops it in, headed back, and out past the end line, and this will be a goal kick. Good look right here from Austin FC. Nice ball in there by Gonzalez. Dobrevich getting his head to it, but couldn't get it on frame. Dobrevich has now had a couple chances. That glancing header right there, and then the shot that was blocked earlier in this half. Starnes going down to block that shot for North Texas. Otherwise, this game could very much be 1-0 in favor of Austin. Scoreless here, about 10 minutes from the break. This ball played to the touchline. Nice overlapping run. Now into the half space. This ball goes by Garcia. And the worst of that was Torquato. Riley Thomas trying to send that ball out of play, sends it right into the stomach of Torquato. Torquato getting into position there. Gets the worst of that. Our referee, Stephen Perry, is going to come over and check on Torquato, make sure he's all right. Torquato says he's good to go. He's worried about those ones also just knocking the wind out of you when you're not expecting the ball coming into your gut like that. Jason Shackley, his first season with club, even though he's been with the team since 2021 with the academy and coaching the U16s. But one of the must-haves he has for all his players, they want these players to give 100% every day. It's going to be hard to make it, but if you give yourself 100%, you're going to have a very good chance. He says this is a very difficult profession. He really thinks he has many talented players here, but talent can come and go. It's all about work ethic, which is a non-negotiable for the coach. And you can see that work ethic here in the first 45 minutes for Austin FC, as they've been the team dominating possession in this game, dominating the attack, dominating defense as well. North Texas, though, doing a good job of not letting in any big opportunities. Still doing a good job defending against Austin FC. One of those bend, don't break right now mentalities here in the first half for the visitors. Burton works his way inside. Tap back to Barrow. Barrow lines it up, deflected it in! Jacob Barrow with his first goal of the season for Austin FC as they have a 1-0 lead in the 38th minute. How about this tee up from Barrow? Gets on the return pass, and he dials it up long range with a beautiful shot, takes the deflection. That one goes off, it looks like Stearns, and in for the opening goal in the 38th minute. That thing had a lot of pace. I don't even know if Stearns gets a piece of that, if it still goes in. Austin FC, they will take the goal as they lead 1-0 before the break. Austin FC, they did this exact same thing last week, though, against Ventura County, where they got the early lead, but they ultimately allowed Ventura County back in this game. You have to think, for Jason Shackley, that's going to be one of his messages here at the break. Hold on, stay strong, stay steady like you have here in this first half, and come out with a victory against North Texas. Extra push as well from Barrow, thanks to the wind at his back. Big goal right there for Jacob Barrow, matching his total from last season where he had 1 goal in 19 appearances. Comes over from Mallorca B. Second year with the club, 23 years old, out of Ivory Coast. Mention the high praise from head coach Jason Shackley about him. Really talented, intelligent player, how they rely on his game, how he reads it, but another big thing, his leadership, being one of the older players on this club. North Texas, talk about their front three. It's been a quiet night. You got to hand it to Austin FC and how they defended, making it very difficult for North Texas to really get it past the midfield. Right now with the win, it's very difficult to skip lines going direct. The second man help that Austin FC has shown, the ability to force the turnover has been big. Numerous dispossessions and interceptions of the ball and long passes. Garcia unable to keep his footing. This ball played down the line. Another giveaway here by North Texas. Gibson able to avoid one defender. Torquato chips it forward. Here's Garcia pushing up. Hey, James gives it back to Garcia as James goes down on the ground. Bigger. Torquato, he'll go backwards. Starnes, the captain, into the circle. The 7-year-old Gibson will give it back to the captain. Nice. Quiet evening so far for the man that scored 3 goals against Rapids 2. Torquato. Simmons goes out wide into the channel. This ball played in the box. No one there as it's sent away by Jewel Berry. Now 3 minutes left. We'll have some stoppage time added on here to the first half. North Texas looking to get an late equalizer. Nice. We'll have a whistle call against Austin FC. Looks like we're going to have a card as well. And this is going to go Garcia. So it was originally ruled ball in favor, but I guess it was a foul here. No, there you can see the foul against Garcia with the arm reach. So Garcia fouls Gonzalez. This game is chippy to say the least. 5 yellow cards here in the opening half of play. Definitely has Darby all over it here between these two sides. Burton dragging the ball with him, squares it over. Nice, Barrow on his backside. This ball just hanging in the air. Hard challenge, ball won back by Austin FC and given right away. Garcia, how about that little turn and spin? James shielding away the defender and Watt. And Watt called for the foul going over the back of Natty James. Chance here maybe for North Texas to make a run down the touchline. Simmons goes down the ground, fighting through, keeps possession. We'll have a whistle, and this will go once again against North Texas. James. Garcia creating some space. Simmons, he'll go out wide. Ball played in, headed down. Number still in the box for North Texas. This ball lifted in, headed up, but not out of play. And now sent backwards, but it'll go right into the hands of Farr. Farr will send this ball away, try and get a little help from the wind. We'll have 1 minute of stoppage time added on here in the first half. Maybe one last hope here for Austin FC to extend their lead to 2-0. Throw coming here for Riley Thomas. Another opportunity here for Austin FC. Time running down in the first half. Goal come from Jacques Barrow back in the 38th minute. And there is the whistle, and we will head to break. At the break, 1 goal scored thanks to Jacques Barrow. The pivot for Austin FC as he gives his team a 1-0 break, or to 1-0 score at the half as Austin leads North Texas coming up at halftime. The rumors are true. Danny Rojas from the Ted Lasso Show has been in camps. Plus, the pathway is not restricted to players as some assistant and head coaches have made their way up the coaching tree within MLS clubs. All that and more as we start the halftime show after this break.
be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Wins it!
Home side up 1-0 at the break. There have been a number of coaches who started with the youth to the Next Pro side and are now assistant and even head coaches in MLS. Let's meet a player who had a decision to make after his career between the lines and decided to give it back as a coach as we head to North Texas and chat with Matt Hedges.
Very excited to be here officially. You know, I helped out a little bit last year. You know, I really enjoyed my time working with the players, working with the staff. So, you know, I'm glad to be able to be on the staff full time and be involved. Towards the end of my career, I started thinking about what I wanted to do. You know, post playing, and coaching was something that, for a while, I didn't know if I wanted to do it. When my kids started to get a little bit older and I started doing it with them, I started enjoying it, and I thought, I had a lot of knowledge that I could pass down to young players. That was kind of an easy decision after thinking about it. There's lots of different things that I can teach them from my career, but also the mentality. The intensity, the winning mentality is what I want to bring to the young guys, because they're going to need that. I played at a high-level college, and I was still a little bit overwhelmed when I first got here, and it's the adaptation. If you don't do it quick at that time, then you were kind of out of the system. But now I think, especially with the academy and bringing those guys up and then moving into a environment like MLS Next Pro with North Texas, then I think it's a big jump in the quality of everything that is involved with this, and I think it's huge for developing players. I think there used to be a lot of guys who kind of got pushed out of the system if it wasn't working right away, but now those guys maybe get a second chance and can develop into good players. Yeah, it feels good. I mean, it feels like home. Like you said, I've been here for a long time. I know a lot of people here. I knew John beforehand. I knew a lot of the other staff beforehand, and even some of the players I still know. So it's just nice to be back in a familiar environment and be able to give these players my knowledge. This year, I think my goal is to improve our defensive solidarity. Obviously, I want to try to improve individually the players in the defensive line, help them improve their tendencies, but as a unit, I want our group to be solid and to give up less goals. That's always the goal, and for me, that was my big thing as a player throughout my career. I always wanted to give up less goals, and I think that's something I want to pass on to these defensive players.
Welcome back, Austin. 1, North Texas 0, and it is not an act. One of your favorite Ted Lasso actors did make an appearance in a camp and can play, and we tracked him down to talk about the experience with Chicago Fire.
Hola, hola, this is Cristo Fernandez, and we're here at the new facilities in Chicago Fire. Very happy and grateful to be here. I know I've been doing more acting and filmmaking these last couple of years. I would have never imagined how life was gonna turn for me. Never imagined that with my new dreams of film and acting, football, soccer was gonna be the thing that was gonna open them for me. I say this because I've always missed football, soccer. That's my first love. The level is very intense, young upcoming players, so lots of potential in this club. I can say that this is world-class level. I played professionally back home in Guadalajara. We didn't have this level of world-class facilities. I think the club is doing something great for both the city, the team, the players. It's a dream come true for anyone to be here. So for me, it's also a dream come true to be here now, and I am grateful for the opportunity. What has surprised me is the level of the team. I've seen both the first team, the second team, the players, they're doing something great. And what surprised me as well is the quality of the people, very nice people. And that also says a lot about the club, and I think that's very important. It's been really nice getting back to the field, training, and really giving my best and believing I still can play this professionally, and we'll see where the dream takes us. But it's been really nice.
As halftime continues, let's reintroduce our newest club in 2026 in CT United.
This is Connecticut's newest club, built for the entire state, not just one city.
Connecticut's a pretty culturally diverse state. Doesn't really have one major city. There's a bunch of small cities that are pretty close to each other.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage the founding partner of Connecticut Sports Group, Mr. Andre Swanston.
I remember feeling like, okay, it's on now, because talk is cheap. A lot of people say, oh, you know, I'm gonna own the team, and da-da-da. You hear that all day, every day, everywhere. And so it kind of, you know, it was late 2023 when kind of everything went through. We knew it was approved and it was gonna happen. And it was just kind of, Michelle and I were like, all right, okay, it's on now, like, let's go.
I want to thank all of you who have made today possible and who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to bring these ideas to life, including the entire team from the Connecticut Sports Group.
Before the first professional match, the foundation was already in motion. In 2024, CT United launched its professional academy.
We started our academy first because we wanted to, one, make CT United tangible to the community and so they could see it, touch it, feel it, that we're here.
One of my first conversations with Andre and Michelle, when I met with them and we started discussing, you know, their vision and what they wanted for their football team in the state of Connecticut, the ambitions, they're breaking down the barriers for giving kids opportunities to play in the academy. Once you have that idea, then I think it becomes pretty clear in terms of now bringing in the right people in your staff and start to identify the right type of players you want to come in.
It starts in MLS Next, and it continues in MLS Next Pro.
I think we're headed in the right direction. You know, we have a good group of guys. Coaching staff is alive and ready. And I think we're just pushing towards, you know, the start of the season and looking to have a good season.
We knew that we wanted a team that was entertaining. We wanted a team that was going to dominate with the ball and against the ball. A team that looked to play forward, a team that is aggressive.
They're entertaining players, man. I mean, I'm really excited being in the league for 4 years and seeing the group that we're gathering together makes me happy.
What the ownership and the sporting director laid out to me, we had a couple of calls before I decided to join the team. It was very ambitious. I like what they have planned for the team, and I like the future, and I want to be part of this project. We have a lot of young players, so I know we're going to be very energetic. We're all here to learn, to get better, and you know, when you're young, your brain is like a sponge.
So, here's the standard.
Connecticut is used to winning. We've got to show them like we're playing for real, like we're not messing around. And then also I think with being the only black owner in the league, like I'm not losing, right? Like I refuse to make it seem like I can't build something that can compete on the level.
.45 minutes down in Austin as Austin leads 1-0 over North Texas as we take a look back at the schedule here in MLS Next Pro. Going back to last week, Orlando City B with a win over Chicago Fire. Red Bulls 2 with a 3-0 score line over Inter Miami. Quakes 2 with a big win over Los Angeles Football Club 2 by a score of 4-1. And Carolina Core falling at home to OCB 2 by a score of 3-2. Upcoming schedule starting this week on Thursday, New York City FC 2 taking on Toronto FC 2, and then Houston Dynamo Dos hosting this North Texas side in another Texas derby. Rapids 2 taking on Quakes 2 later on Saturday as well, and then on Sunday it'll be St. Louis City 2 hosting LAFC 2. First half highlights between these two sides, and it was a dominant first half for Austin. North Texas not able to get anything going offensively. No shots on target for the visitors. They really weren't able to get past the halfway mark. Here you get Dobrovic with a great chance, but going down to make the block was Slade Starnes as this flick goes wide. Another great opportunity early for Austin FC, as this could have been a 2-0 game in here. How about this strike for Jacques Barrow from long range? 30 yards out, takes a deflection and goes right in, right over the keeper. Nothing Farr could do about that one. Barrow with lone goal in this game, 38 minutes in. We'll be back with the second half kick when we return.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro.
Boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still sticking ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I sing it so loud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I sing it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
Welcome back to Palmer Field in Austin, Texas, in this derby matchup between Austin FC 2 and North Texas. Austin FC up 1-0. Thank you to the lone goal from Jacques Barrow in the first half. Austin FC, they have not lost in regulation to North Texas since September 22nd of 2024. They're looking to keep that trend going. Last year, they had 1 win and 2 draws against this North Texas side. North Texas came off a big win against Rapids 2 last week. Edu Nice with a hat trick in that game, but the offensive attack has been stifled here in the first half against Austin FC. Maybe a large part could be due to the fact that Austin FC, every advantage they have gotten in cutting out a pass and getting on the player's backside to win the ball, they have taken advantage of that chance. North Texas, very little opportunity to get past the halfway point in that first half. For North Texas, maybe a switch of field will change that with the wind going east to west or left to right on your TV screen in this one. Maybe that will help them as well, because every time they tried to go direct in the first half, the ball would get caught up in the wind and just pushed right back down. North Texas is able to get back in this one. They could have the chance to get their first back-to-back wins of the season. Meanwhile, Austin FC, if this scoreline is to hold, it would be their first win of the season. First 3 games at home this year for Austin FC, and they want to end this 3-game homestand with a win. North Texas has yet to suffer a loss on the season, 1 win and 1 draw. Up next for them, they will be playing Dynamo Dos on Saturday. Austin FC going on the road for the first time, taking on Tacoma next Sunday. Both teams back on the field, just waiting for our referee, Stefan Perry, to give us the go-ahead. Did have 5 yellow cards in that first half, so that could play a factor in this game. Marcel Russell got the first one in the 15th minute. Slade Starnes, we get one in the 19th minute for North Texas. Micah Burton in the 31st. Josh Torquato in the 33rd. And Diego Garcia, we get one in the 43rd minute. We'll have a pair of subs come in for Austin. Kenan Hott will come in. Also coming in will be Diego Arbaca. So Diego Arbaca will come in, and Marcel Russell will go out. Dobrovic also out for the home side. Barca, this will be his 3rd appearance of the season. Meanwhile, for Kenyon Hott, this will be his second appearance. Two subs as well for the visitors. Enzo Newman making his second appearance of the season. Enzo Newman coming back from ACL injury. As Jonah Gibson will come off. John Gall had a lot of good things to say about Enzo Newman. Ariame also will come in for the visitors as Timmy Ospina will head off.
Yeah, keep an eye on him, Russ. He's wasting time.
So North Texas now with a change of direction. We'll see how that plays a factor in this second half, and maybe if it slows down Austin FC. Mentioned Enzo Newman coming in, talking to John Gall about him, how he's an incredible kid, super positive, really a warrior to get back to this point now 100%. A player that plays with his heart on his sleeve. Really getting Newman back, he felt it was like a new signing, a player that benefits them on the training pitch as well as with the leadership that he brings to the club. I just hear coaches talk about the leadership being such a huge thing from a lot of these younger players. Sometimes it's harder for those teenagers where you got an older player like Jacques Wabero, a little bit easier for a 23-year-old to lead the club. Each team is a little bit different in terms of age and how many teenagers they have and how many players are in their early 20s. Communication always a big factor in terms of leadership, and especially when it comes to practice and on game days. Sometimes you hear coaches talk about when they lack communication, that is usually where they struggle on the field. This ball, long throw in. It's going to be headed away. And now flicked up into the air. See if Jaden Contreras can get on the ball a little bit more here in the second half for North Texas, try to dictate some tempo. North Texas pushing up. This ball slide back, Ariame out wide. Contreras switching sides, unable to reach his intended target. Shot, and that's gonna be blocked, and it'll go out of play, and North Texas will have their first corner of the game. No shots or shots on target in the first half for North Texas. First corner for the visitors as well. Austin FC with 5 corners in the opening half, all from this end. And Jason Shackley given a yellow card, or at least to someone on the bench. Now just waiting the go-ahead from Stefan Perry. Inward swinging ball here coming from North Texas. Players fighting for position. North Texas looking to get one back here early. This ball looped in. Played down, not out. A chance here, shot blocked. And now sent away by Austin FC. Great looking chance for North Texas, but unable to do anything with it. Looked like it was Slade Starnes who got the best chance. Well, takes a deflection. Goes to Starnes, brings it to his right foot, and then a great block on the 6-yard box by Austin. Otherwise, this game could be 1-1. Making that block was Evan Watt. Faro will now send it away. For John Gall, you have to be happy with that. More active already in the attack in third as we have a player down in Aiden Hale for Austin FC. It was physical, it was chippy in the first half, and that is continuing over here into the second half. Wouldn't expect anything less from a derby game between these two Lone Star State teams. Here's the first teams with the Copa de Tejas. FC Dallas, Austin FC, and Houston Dynamo participating in that. As this is flicked out. Matty James in pursuit, but sent away by Thomas. And There now, Thomas and company seeing how the wind just blowing the ball back. First of 3 meetings between these two sides. They'll play again May 2nd. That game will be at Choctaw Stadium. And then they'll play later on in August 19th. That'll be at the new stadium for North Texas and Texas Health Mansfield Stadium. See if we have another yellow card handed out here. How about Mansfield Stadium? 7,500 people will be able to fit into that stadium for this North Texas side. Indeed, we will have a yellow card handed out. Evan Watt does have an argument there about that being shoulder to shoulder. If this game probably wasn't as physical as it was, it probably would not be a yellow card, although so maybe it was shoulder to shoulder, and then Riley Thomas might have said something to our official, as he's the man that is booked at the moment. There's Watt, though, that went shoulder to shoulder. Newman going out wide. Contreras at midfield line. Newman under pressure here. Aiden Hale trying to win the ball, unable to get it from Newman. Austin FC just so quickly and shutting down North Texas as they try to advance. Constantly 2 and 3 people around the ball. He's unable to get to that ball for North Texas as it's flicked up. Sent back by Barrow, the lone goal scorer. That goal coming in the 38th minute. His first goal of the season matches his total from last year. Sometimes with those holding midfielders, I don't see goals too often from them. Really the connectors between the back line and the front line. Flag is up. How about North Texas? They played San Diego this week, but you talk about the pathway. 3 players in that game coming from this North Texas side. Bernard Camungo starting that game at an outside back, as well as Michael Colodi and Nolan Norris. Pathway is there, and numerous players on this Austin FC side were on the first team side this week as well. Ball played to the outside, now into the area. This ball pulled back for Nice. Nice avoids 2 defenders, plays it out wide. Garcia. Little back heel. Nice give and go action, maybe an opportunity here for the visitors. The strike, but sails over. North Texas much more active here in the beginning part of the second half. Good 1-2 combination play, a little step over, and then the strike with the right foot, but goes well out of play. See what this trio up front in Adu Nice, Natty James, and Nicholas Simmons can do here in the second half, going the other direction. Farr to now send this away for Austin. Austin with their back line up. See what Farr does here with the wind blowing in his face. There, a ball that normally would easily get past midfield goes out of play. So you wonder now, after Farr plays that ball into the air and the wind pushing it back, if they'll try to keep the ball on the ground here moving forward. Newman. Kelly will place the ball down as we will now have another sub here Jorge Alistue will now come in. He'll make his appearance. Race against Minnesota United to open the season for Alistue. Off will go Aiden Hale. Aiden Hale's debut comes to an end as Alistue comes on, the 22-year-old from Zaragoza, Spain, in his second season with the club. This portion of the match is brought to you by Austin Energy, official partner of Austin FC2. Kelly luckily not called for letting that ball go out past the touchline. He did kick it originally, but the wind was moving the ball, so it wasn't properly set in place. The referee maybe letting that one go. Can't really fault the referee for letting that go either with how strong the wind is tonight. Barrow popping it up into the air. And here's Alistue getting his first touch. Sitting out wide, but no one there for Austin FC. Scoop pass goes out, but deflected by Austin. Knotted down by Barrow. Eluding pressure right there is Hahn, who subbed on moments ago. Hard foul once again. We'll see if we'll have a yellow card, and we will. And this is going to be the second yellow card, so we are going to have a red card here. So now North Texas playing a man down for the remainder. Josh Torquato given his second yellow card. Torquato, you can see that right leg outstretched, a clear foul. Torquato pleading his case, but not going to be able to get his way out of this one. So now a man down for the remainder of this one. About 32 minutes left in this game that North Texas will have to play with 10. Have to be careful, especially in a derby game like this and how physical it's been. You have to know that the referee, Stefan Perry, is not letting things go. He's been consistent all game on how he has called the fouls, and that is something as a player you have to read how the referee is calling the game, and knowing that you're already sitting on one yellow card, you can't do anything drastic that could get you out of this game. So now a man down for North Texas. This ball is whipped in and repelled out by North Texas. This will also allow Austin FC to have more space to work with. See the wind playing a factor right there, and Enzo Newman trying to read it. Austin FC had a lot more time there. Kaeli trying to force the pass forward on that pass attempt. Starnes for Newman. Dobrevich over there, a press. Contreras able to avoid Hot. Another hard challenge from behind. Diego Garcia, lucky that's just gonna be a foul and nothing more for him because he's also sitting on a yellow card. Garcia going right into the back there of Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez in his second year with Austin FC, began his career with Rapids 2. This ball to the back post. Dobrevich tried to chip it up and over, but unable to get it by Demora. Demora, great job reading that play all together. Got in the right position, guarding that near post to protect that post and not allowing Dobrevich to go up and over. Nice has Contreras to his right. That's where he goes. Contreras in the half space. Square ball. Nothing happening for North Texas. This ball sent down, knotted down though by Newman. Oriame. Contreras. Nice making a run inside. Garcia tripped up and Barrow called for the foul. Now an opportunity here for North Texas. Jacques Barrow with the foul. As we take a look back here, the ball beautifully played to Dobrovic. Tried to go up and over, but well defended. Last week, Jacques Barrow called for a foul just about this spot against Ventura County. It led to a goal. Hoping it doesn't happen again. Opportunity for North Texas to find an equalizer here in the 62nd minute. You can see that ball being pushed away by the wind. That could affect how this ball is played in. East needs some help. Placed down. He sends it into the box. Takes a hop. Ball still loose. Not sent away. Garcia unable to control possession. We had a foul called in the box. Players jostling for position, but you can see that ball rolling on Nice. Not able to get the best touch. Farr with a chance to send this ball away again, and once again they're going to try to play it in the air. Last time he kicked it out of bounds. This ball sailing, but it'll stay in. This ball down the spine, but chopped down on the play by the captain and Starnes. Contreras. Newman. Newman inside. Contreras chips it back. Good job there by Barrow, because otherwise Newman's going to have space to run, as well as Contreras. North Texas more dangerous here in the second half, but Austin FC's defense holding strong still. A team that's really built on defense. You can see that strength here this evening against North Texas. That's one of the things too, when you got a team as strong as Austin FC is defensively, it is tough to penetrate and get scoring opportunities. See if North Texas might take an advantage from long range like Jacques Barrow did for Austin FC. That wind blowing against you as well. That'll add some power behind the shot. Abarca runs out of space. This ball played up. Dobrovic able to bring it down with his right foot. Barrow. Oriame trying to stay on his hip, unable to do so. Barrow pulls it back, the shot, and blocked by Starnes. The shot on the follow, but another block, this time by Oriame. Two big blocks from the defenders of North Texas. Austin FC on both sides of the ball has been the more dangerous of the two teams here this evening as this ball is played forward, but no one up front for Austin FC this time. Big booming ball forward. Contreras unable to track it down as it'll roll out. And now we will have a sub. Mohamed Badawiya will come on. Stefan Dobrivic will head off. Dobrivic, good opportunity here in this second half, but unable to just chip it over the goalkeeper in Zamora. So Dobrivic is out. This portion of the match is brought to you by WOOM, official partner of Austin FC 2. Good crowd out tonight for Austin FC as they have a chance to get their first win of the season, keep their streak alive and not falling to North Texas in regulation. Again, last time they lost to North Texas in regulation, you go back to September 22nd of 2024. Try to drag the ball down, unable to advance any further. Badawiya getting his first touch there for Austin FC after subbing on for Dobrivic. Badawiya just 18 years old in his second season with the club. 11 appearances last year for the team, still looking for his first goal. Another one of these players that came up in the academy. First team fell on the road to Salt Lake by a score of 2-1. This ball's gonna be played forward, and oh, nearly went through. Good opportunity right here for Austin FC. And this ball just wide of the target. Alstway nearly there on the back post. We're gonna have another yellow card, and let's see who this is against. Looks like it's gonna go against Nice.
It's a yellow card presented to North Texas SC's number 10, Edward Nice.
So Nice with the yellow card. Eight cards handed out, including the double yellow to Torquato, so he's done for the game. North Texas playing a man down since the 58th minute. About 10 minutes ago as this ball is played out wide. Barry sends it up the pitch. Opportunity with numbers forward for Austin. Slotted forward and played out. Last touch on that was Starnes. Adrian Gonzalez once again applying the pressure. Starnes having to come over and defend. Starnes having a solid game though. Also blocked a shot earlier in the first half. Alstway fighting for the ball in the corner, and this will be a foul against Alstway. Here's the captain in Starnes. Starnes wearing the armband for North Texas. Adrian Gonzalez wearing it for Austin FC. Simmons. James trying to drag it to his right foot, but great play there defensively by Riley Thomas. Thomas, the birthday boy, win the possession back there momentarily for Austin. And another foul. No booking though. Austin FC looking once again to penetrate the back line of North Texas. This one over the crossbar. Last year, North Texas making the playoffs, finishing in 6th place. Meanwhile, Austin FC just on the outside looking in, finishing with 41 points. Last 2 years, Austin FC have missed the playoffs after winning the championship. Jason Shackley now brought in to try to get the team back into the playoffs and back to a championship. This ball squared. Alistway deflected. Ball popped up, headed out by Newman. Starnes will give it up. Here's Neese. Neese looking for Natty James. James tracking the ball down at the inline, but he's going to run out of real estate. 20-year-old out of Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, showing off the wheels there, but unable to get to the ball. Austin FC, a chance to get their first win of the season. First 3 games played right here at Palmer Field. First of 3 games for these 2 on the season. Next 2 will be up north for Austin FC. First one will be at Choctaw Stadium in May. That'll be on May 2nd. Then at Texas Health Mansfield Stadium, August 19th, the new venue for North Texas, opening in a couple months. Here's Bigger. Bigger will simply play this out, allow his team to get back defensively and reset. Room to roam here for Austin FC. This ball played into the box. Sent across and stopped on the play. How about that stop by Demora? Smothering the ball at the near post. Great read here from the keeper of North Texas. A couple different players holding themselves up at the top of the 6-yard box. Also making a run right there on the backside for Austin FC. A chance there was Mohamed Badawiya. Badawiya is able to get his body to his leg or his head. Maybe he can knock it in. Ariame. Starnes. Ariame able to get by one defender. Plays it to the near side, but no one there for North Texas. A poor giveaway right there. And now Daniel Barron for North Texas will come in, and he'll replace Jaden Contreras. Daniel Barron in his 3rd year with the club. Last year he did have a goal and an assist. 19 years old, originally from Chicago, Illinois. Does have an assist on the season so far. Jaden Contreras more active here in the second half for North Texas, but unable to help his team get a goal on the scoreboard as of yet. Our score here 1-0 in the 75th minute. Chocolate Barrel with a lone goal coming in the 38th minute for Austin FC. This portion of the match is brought to you by St. David's Healthcare, official and exclusive healthcare partner of Austin FC 2. Newman loses possession to Alistway and giving right back a hard challenge. Alistway going down. And Alistway now handed a yellow card. Slade Starnes, the player down right now for North Texas. Alistway gives the ball up and then just a careless challenge right there from the forward. Frustrated that he gave the ball up, wanted to win it back immediately. should say that's Vlad Denshutsu who committed the foul. So Vlad Denshutsu, the player with the foul and ultimately the yellow card. Vlad Denshutsu earlier subbing in for Aiden Hale. Garcia pushing forward and loses possession. This ball played out by James, but headed away with ease by Austin. This ball cut inside for Denshutsu. An opportunity now here for Badawia. Badawia swerving inside. Adrian Gonzalez, the captain. Dragging the ball, now plays it out, gets it on the return. Space to work with for Austin FC, with Torquato being out with the red card for North Texas. Barrow gets by 5 RMA. This ball looped in. Denshutsu brings it down with his chest, kicks it out. Barkov fighting for the ball, unable to maintain possession. This ball takes deflection, goes right to Starnes though. Nice looking to get one back. Unable to get by Barry. Great play right there by Jules Barry. Jules Barry in his second season with the club, coming over from France. Denshutsu. Badawia playing the ball into space. A chance here. Kaeli playing it forward, but no one there for Austin. Coming up late on the run was Hot. Badawia, Hot. On the turn, but Newman right with him. Simmons. Barry there to defend. Simmons to his left foot. Top of the area. Garcia with a rocket and it blocked. I believe it was Barrow that blocked that away. The shot and another block this time from Evan Watt, and a corner coming for North Texas. Couple chances here for the visitors. Garcia, that one blocked in front. It looked like it was Watt actually both times that got it. This ball sent in near post, headed away with ease by Denshutsu. This ball sent all the way forward, and no one up front though for the home side. Just under 10 minutes remains in a feisty game between Austin FC and North Texas. Austin holding on to a 1-0 lead. Shaka Barrow with the lone goal in this game coming in the 38th minute. Michael Burton credited with the assist. Barrow, the goal scorer. is up. Ibaka guilty of being offside. This ball cut out. Good job getting back defensively right there by Hott to win the ball. Well, Texas, you wonder if they had 11 full men on the field, what a difference this game could be. Nice drag right there to get by the defense by Austin FC's Battawia and then loses possession. Nice has had opportunities here in the second half, but unable to convert. Good diagonal ball right here from Nice. This ball played it for Garcia, and it's going to be sent out past the end line by Austin FC's Gonzalez. Another corner try coming here for North Texas. Ball whipped in, headed backwards. Starnes. Nice ball in, but unable to get there was Nice on the end line. Fargo will slow things down here at the moment. Just under 7 minutes remain as Austin FC have a chance for their first win of the season. Battawia. He'll turn away. Kelly. Flicked on. Battawia comes up with the ball for Austin. Gonzalez then shoots to an opportunity. Oh, how about that stop? Big save right there from the keeper, Demora. Densutsu on the ground right now for Austin. But that is a huge save to keep this game 1-0. Nice with a spin. We'll have a whistle here called. Vlad Densutsu with a great opportunity moments ago. How about this ball by Gonzalez to Densutsu? And coming out making himself big was Eric Demora to make that save for North Texas. This quick heads-up thinking by the goalkeeper of North Texas, because otherwise Densutsu is going to have a goal for sure if he does not come out. Densutsu, opportunity there for his first goal of the season as this ball is played forward by Demora. Headed up and stopped on the play by Farr. A couple different players making a run to the top of that 6-yard box. This ball is headed down pathway. It looked like it was Jonah Bigger that nearly got to that for North Texas. And Densutsu will play it out wide. Ibaka for Gonzalez. Thomas. Austin playing with patience, playing with space, with North Texas a man down since the 58th minute when Josh Torquato was handed his second yellow card of the game. Barrow, the goal scorer. Badawia unable to keep it in play. James inside, Simmons. Simmons thinking about teeing it up, slots it through. Nice backheel pass, and it's going to be blocked. And now a chance here maybe for Austin to run. Then Shutsu slows it up at the moment. We'll wait for some reinforcement, and he'll just play it out with a man injured behind for Austin FC. Player down, back for Austin FC. Austin FC in the first half dominate possession. Different story in the second half with North Texas able to get on the ball more, produce more opportunities than what they were able to in the in the first half. In the second half alone, North Texas with 3 corners. Austin FC had 5 corners all in the first half. North Texas in the first half did not have a single shot. Here in the second half, they have 5. North Texas finally settling in, but it might be a little bit too late. Samuel Sade now will come into the game, and Natty James will head off.
Now in number 23, Samuel Sade, replacing number 11, Daniel James.
Jason Shackley, in our conversation this week, talk about how defenders get a hard go of it, but one of the goals to keep clean sheets, play with the ball, and they have been doing absolutely that here this evening. Talked about playing on the front foot and being proactive. All the things he said he wanted to see have come to fruition so far, and very much this Austin FC side have made North Texas uncomfortable here this evening.
Substitution for you, Austin FC2. Now in number 14,
Daniel Chesla now into the game as well for Austin, and as Evan Watt will head out. Daniel Chesla in, Watt out. Chesla in his 2nd season with the club. 3rd appearance of the season for Chesla. Watt, a good performance from the center back. He had a couple good blocks here not too long ago to keep this game 1-0. Him and Barry, his center back partner, a solid game, I should say. Now to add in Riley Thomas and Patrick Kelly to the mix here, the back line of Austin FC. This ball sent in, cleared away off the spot. Newman. North Texas looking for a late equalizer, possibly send this to a PK shootout. Newman able to spin away. Ariame have 3 minutes of stoppage time added on. Oh, dangerous ball in, but cleared, but not out for Austin.
A minimum of 3 minutes of added time.
Corner chance now here for North Texas. All it takes is that one moment. Diego Garcia placing the ball down. All-time leader in appearances in club history for North Texas. Players, as always is the case on a set piece, jostling for position here on the corner, as we'll have a talking to by our head referee, Stefan Perry. Now we are good to go. Garcia with the left foot. Plays it in, and that's going to go by everyone. A nice ball in there by Garcia, but no one able to get to it for North Texas. There's just misjudging their jumps right there to get ahead to the ball. Chance here for Charlie Farr to get his first clean sheet of the season. Last year he had 4 for Austin FC. First clean sheet as well for the club on the year. On the season now they have scored 5 goals, have allowed 6 so far. But doing a good job here of keeping North Texas off the scoreboard. Nice. A collision up front, and this would be a foul called against Barrow. It looks like we're going to have another yellow card handed out. And Jacques Barrow will be handed a yellow. So the goal scorer gets a goal and a yellow card. Demora to take this free kick with numbers forward for North Texas. Plays it on the ground. Chance here, looped in! It almost went in, but a brilliant save! What a stop there by Farr! Farr keeping this game 1-0. Long throw in, chested down. Takes deflection, and now Farr will have a goal kick, and this might make the end of the night right here. But how about the save for Farr to keep this game 1-0? Now the ball sent away by Farr. Some more time here for North Texas to work with, but they're going backwards. Simmons now pushing up. Good pressure there by Badawia, and the ball sent away, and there is the final whistle. And North Texas, oh, they're not going to give it the whistle. We're going to have one more opportunity here for North Texas. So one last dash for the visitors as they look for a late miracle in Austin. Ball looped. We didn't get the go-ahead, so we'll redo it. And now heading up will be Demora. Nice to send this away now for North Texas. Bodies up. Nice plays it into the box. Flicked up and out of play. And there is the final whistle, and Austin FC hold on to get their first win of the season, and the struggles for North Texas against Austin continue as they have not beaten Austin in regulation since 2024. Another win for Austin FC in this Lone Star State Derby. Players discussing afterwards, but how about this game? A big save at the end by Charlie Farr to keep this game 1-0. Our lone goal coming from Jacques Barrow, his first of the season in the 38th minute, and he is tonight's man of the match, which is presented to you by Adidas. Jacques Barrow. How about this strike for Austin FC and the lone goal in this game? looking to tee it up, takes a look, strikes, hits off the head of Starnes. Nothing Demora could do about it as Jacques Libero gets the lone goal of the game, and he is tonight's man of the match. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Josh Toll. Once again, our final score is Austin 1, North Texas 0. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Thank you and good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.